Well, good morning, everyone. Back for my weekly video. I guess the first thing I want to just mention is that this is going to be my last video for a while, regrettably. As many of you know, my videographer is actually my wife, Jacqueline, and she's going to be out of state for a while, so she's not going to be able to do it. Obviously, if something really important comes up, I'll ask our campus video team to come in and do a video, but otherwise we'll wait until Jacqueline is back in town, and we'll resume at that time. As you know, the elections are coming up in just a couple of weeks. I doubt that we'll have resumed the videos by then, and so perhaps the most important message I can give you all right now is to please vote. The leadership of our country is at stake, but it's not just that. Also, leadership of our university is at stake. We have a couple of Board of Governors seats up for grabs. Remember that we do have a polling place on campus at the law school, so that should make it as easy as possible for those of you who have not voted yet and who are on campus. So please do vote. In terms of the pandemic, I think we're reaching a crisis point. Things are not going well in the country. Things are not going well in the state. Recently, we've had over 2,000 cases per day on consecutive days in the state. And with flu season coming, that's a real concern. I've said that before, and I'm even more concerned now. Some of you know that I changed these videos to Monday because I like to look at the dashboards that are published Monday mornings, and I like to be able to comment on them. Wayne State is continuing to do well. Our dashboards, when you compare them to our trigger metrics, we're completely in the green. We color code each metric that we're looking at green, yellow, and red, and we're completely in the green. One of the metrics that we have been tracking that was in the yellow before was one related to how well people on campus are complying with public health measures, particularly face masks and physical distancing. And it was yellow because not everyone was complying. I'm happy to report that the Public Health Committee believes now that that can go in the green, meaning our Wayne State community is really complying with the public health measures that have been recommended. And I just want to thank the Wayne State community for that. And I think that it makes a big difference, and as a result, all of our metrics right now are in the green. Let's continue to be vigilant though, and continue to not let down, and think in terms of others, and be safe. The book I'm reading this week is called Pachinko by Min Jin Lee. Pachinko is kind of like a slot machine in Japan. They have something called Pachinko halls in Japan. I remember when I was a little kid, I used to go into them, although I don't think I was supposed to. And they're kind of fun. It's these little metal balls like marbles that are used, and like slot machines, you know, you win if certain things happen. So far, I'm not sure why it's named Pachinko, because we haven't gotten to any of the Pachinko halls yet, but it's about a Korean woman who goes to Japan at a period in time when Japan was pretty much trying to colonize Korea. And you know, the Japanese have had a shameful history with many of its Asian neighbors, and certainly with Korea. And this book, in a fiction form, chronicles the life of this Korean woman as she has moved to Osaka to be with her husband. And it's a very, very interesting read. I'm about halfway done with it. I like books like this. These are historical novels. As I mentioned last week, I feel like I learn something all the time. And in this case, there's also some cultural issues that I'm learning. And again, coming from someone who has Japanese ancestry, I just have to say that it's the way the Japanese treated the Koreans is just shameful, and is a dark stain in history. We'll see how the novel progresses, and when I do come back on in whenever it is, I'll give you an update on the book. In the meanwhile, please stay safe and please vote.